I'm going to start this with a question.
Okay.
For you listening or watching, but Jax and Stef, you must answer this question first. The question is, okay, is it ever okay to go through your partner's phone without their knowledge?
No.
Stef?
No.
Why the hesitation? Sorry.
Because my next question is going to be, have you done it?
No.
You haven't?
No.
Wow.
But I think if you know secure information that there's maybe infidelity or
that's usually the reason.
What's
right?
going on.
Yeah.
And like, you know, for sure, and you just want receipts to kind of prove your point, then go ahead. I'd say.
Jax?
No.
You've never done it?
Like, I'm trying to think. I went to a partner's Facebook, like in my early 20s. Like we were only just dating, but I had a feeling that they were messaging somebody, and they were.
And you caught it.
But I didn't have concrete information. So like, I also don't know what counts as concrete information.
Well, it's a gut feeling usually. And,
yeah, but
and sometimes
gut's
it's paranoia and you need therapy. And other times you're right. Other times it's confirmation.
If you were my partner right now, I'd give you my phone. Like I've nothing to hide. I've never, like I also think that if you are unsure of your partner's motives, or if you're unsure if they're cheating on you, talk to them or leave them. Because
I agree.
if they're lying to you, and if they say they aren't, trust them. If you don't, break up.
Yeah, and that's great in your late 30s.
Yeah.
But when you're in your early 20s.
I'm on Facebook in your
you're
messages.
going into the group. And I will tell you this, I did it one time and I am vehemently against it. I don't share any passwords, even with my wife. Like we have our bank accounts are set.
He doesn't remember his passwords.
Wow.
That's why.
No, that's also true. Yeah. Thank you, Google password key. But I did it once because I had a feeling about somebody.
Yeah.
And I saw the messages, and the messages were benign. Like there was nothing in there. But later on in the relationship, years later, this person ended up cheating on me. So what I suspect was it wasn't the only time, and that I was probably onto something the first time. And as Jack said, when you get that feeling, break up with them. Or get therapy. It's one of the two. It's one of the two.
Yeah, I agree.
If you're normally a jealous person, and some people are, you've got to own that and go to therapy for that. If you're not a jealous person, and I'm not, and you're thinking that, okay, well then you probably need to not be in that relationship. And I wasn't smart enough to do that in my early 20s, but I hope my daughter will be one day when she's in that position. I was pretty dumb in relationships in my 20s.
I have friends who, like, you know, every single relationship, they're like, well, I think he's cheating. And I'm like, is he cheating, or is that your attachment style? Like, are you just like
anxious attachment,
anxious all the time? And it because that will erode relationships.
It will ruin every good moment.
Like get out of their freaking phones. But also, sometimes they're dating men that are trash. So
that also. So here's the story.
Ugh.
Okay. So you know how Reddit always runs this. So my boyfriend, 30, has gone through my phone. She's 26, 5 times in the past 2 weeks. And we've only been together 3 months.
Yo, dump his ass.
Red flag.
Okay. I figured that. That's a good.
Like, get out of there.
A couple of weeks ago, while I was in the shower, my boyfriend guessed the password to my phone and started going through it. I caught him after I got out of the shower, took my phone from him, and went to the bathroom to finish getting ready. When I came out, he was on my iPad going through my iPad, which is connected to my phone. While I have nothing to hide and have never given him any reason to go through anything, I felt extremely uncomfortable given the fact that we met in May. And this post is from a week ago. Okay. It's not that long. I decided to change my password. And a couple of days later, we went to a concert. I ended up falling asleep on the way home and woke up to my phone being disabled for 20 minutes because of how many times he tried to guess the password while I was sleeping. A couple of days after that, he ended up guessing my new password because he saw me put in the first 2 numbers and told me he guessed the rest. He had woken up at 4 a.m. to go through my iPad again while I was asleep. And the same thing happened a couple of days later. I've never been in a relationship where my phone is constantly being checked, especially this early. I've already communicated my feelings about it. He told me he won't do it again unless he asks me first. But I still have an uneasy feeling about it all. And I'm starting to push him away because of it. Is this something I should be worried about going forward?
Get a restraining order. Like, what information is he trying to get from you? Like, what?
Well, that's the thing. So this is where I think it's important we make that distinction. That is someone who needs therapy, right?
100%. That's so sketchy.
That's weird.
That's trust issues times 1,000.
Well, and so like my question is, if you're him,
Yeah.
and she's clearly not cheating, she's, also if my wife asked to see my phone, of course I would give it to her and be like, yeah, go ahead. But I'd be like, are we okay?
Yeah, like, are we good? Like, what do you need?
I guess we need to go to couples counseling or something because you're feeling this way, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And she never has.
Yeah.
Because I think you're entitled in a relationship to your privacy. I believe that. You should have some semblance of that. And what's interesting with this, I thought, was like, this person has probably never enjoyed, like, they get into a dating thing. They like the person likes them back. And you know how you get the butterflies and the tingly feet and hands, whatever happens to you. And every love song's about you guys, whatever. And then you get into the point where it's like, okay, we're boyfriend and girlfriend. That moment is probably the moment this guy stops enjoying the relationship.
It's self-sabotage though, right? Like,
yes.
He's in a good relationship. He's having something. He finds somebody that likes him, maybe loves him. And he's like, no. And that's
I can't enjoy this.
Also, like, he doesn't feel like it goes way deeper than that. He doesn't feel like worthy of love. So he's but like, get out of your girl's phone, you creep.
Yeah.
Like that's spooky.
Yeah.
Also, it's so early.
It's so early. Also, like being like, I'll let you in if you ask me permission. Like, don't let him in at all.
Mm-hmm. You know what I don't like?
What?
So Steph's recommendation last week was Love is Blind UK.
Yeah.
So I did what any normal person would do. And I went home and my wife and I binged for the first 2 seasons.
Yeah. It's really amazing.
And it is outstanding.
Yeah.
It's so good. The first season's better than the second one, I'd say, but I liked the second season. I liked the couples in it. First season's crazy.
Yeah.
But what was interesting about it is one of the people in the first season has a conversation on the beach with this guy. Because the way Love is Blind works, just for anybody that's never watched it, is they take away the looks. They put you in a pod for 3 weeks and you essentially spend hours dating and talking to people.
Yeah.
And then whoever you have an emotional connection to, and you're literally talking through a wall while you go on more dates with that person. And then you don't get to see them until you propose. And so, I would imagine when you remove all the outside distractions, you don't have your phone, you don't have the internet, you don't have anything, that would build a bond very quickly.
It should, in theory.
Yes. And, some people get married, stay married. Other people get married and get divorced, a couple of months later.
Yeah.
And some people just never make it. And one of the characters, there's a couple, Catherine, and I forget his name, but he's like a
Freddie.
Oh, Freddie.
The Steph knows.
Freddie's like this. He's this really good looking guy. He's really empathetic. His brother's got Down syndrome.
Okay.
He comes from a great family. He's a funeral director.
Okay,
and he makes great money, owns his own house.
And he's hot.
And
Where's
he's
the
a good
caveat?
looking boy.
Where's the caveat?
Catherine's the caveat. And she's not a bad person, but Catherine asks him on the beach, she's like, so have you ever cheated? And he's 32 at this point.
Yeah.
He's like, yes, when I was 25. And you see her go cold. Like it was just ice in the conversation. You know when you feel the temperature of a room change?
Yeah.
And she said, I've always believed once a cheater, always a cheater. He's like, well, it was 7 years ago and I really regretted it.
He was upfront about it.
Yeah. And she's like, well, did you tell her? And he's like, she found out. And she's like, so you weren't even honest about it? And he's like, well, no, because she found out literally a few hours later. And so what I don't like, and I don't think is fair, is she would look at that and go, I was cheated on. Therefore, I have a sensitivity to this. Therefore, and I've seen this with people all the time, I have license to do things that aren't right. I don't think going through someone's phone is right. I did it.
Yeah.
I did it the one time.
Yeah.
I was 24, 25 years old. I never did it again. But I did it. And I was like, I made a vow to myself, like, this is insane. You need to chill, dude.
Yeah, because it's like, what part do you recognize that it's like?
It's me.
Yeah,
it was me. I was the problem.
There's no, so the person that did cheat on me.
Yeah.
I had known that they had cheated on another partner. So here's, they had cheated on another partner. I went into this fling or this whatever we were doing, knowing that. So I already had I was biased because I was like, oh, it's okay. They wouldn't cheat on me. But I would also use that information later in my head to be like, they would cheat on me. So I knew that, then went and, saw that they were essentially cheating on me on their Facebook. And then, but I knew that I knew that getting into it. I judged them for it, even though they told me. So if they hadn't have cheated on me, I would have always thought they may cheat on me.
Yes.
So that's my own shit. Excuse my language, but like, it doesn't sound like there's any accountability from Catherine being like,
well, no, and
it's judgment.
She sort of holds it against them a little bit, Steph. Like, I'm retaining this right?
No,
right?
she does. Yeah.
And so what I see is with this guy in this Reddit story, this is a guy who, whether or not he's been cheated on, he believes he's been cheated on.
Yeah.
And that's more important than what actually happened in a previous relationship.
That's the thing, right?
Right?
Yeah.
He believes it happened.
Yeah.
And so he's doing everything he can to prevent, like, because when you're going through someone's phone, you're not preventing cheating. They've already cheated.
Yeah.
You're just trying to discover it.
Yeah.
And so I feel like, I don't know, I feel like there's a point at which you have to go, okay, am I actually enjoying this relationship anymore? Or am I just in an anxious freeze my entire every day, every minute of every day, and I can't get past it?
It's also it's the accountability part and being like, is this helping? Is this harming? Can I? Because if you talk to the person, they say I haven't cheated, you have to believe them. And if you're in their phone like a goblin,
you do have
in
to
the
believe
middle
them.
of the night, going through their iPads. I had a partner. Can I tell you a crazy story really quick?
Yeah, give it to me. I
had a partner after we broke up. This is going to sound crazy, but I was talking to another woman after we broke up. And I think, talking to her a little bit on the way out of our relationship. This is like in my 20s. And when I was messaging her one day, I looked at her contact information because I was going to call her. And I noticed that my ex-girlfriend's email was attached to this new girl's contact. So my ex-girlfriend, when we were still dating, had gone in to my iCloud settings. And you know how you can say like send to this device and that device? She was also having all of the texts with this girl sent to her devices. She'd been reading them for months.
Whoa.
Because she thought I was.
What?
Yes. Yeah. Which I didn't. I had to confirm with I went to the Genius Bar and everything because I thought I was crazy. I screenshot and everything because I was like, why is it sending to my phone number and her email? And so she was watching everything on her Apple account. I thought it was crazy.
That's crazy.
But so I deleted that.
Whoa.
But you know what? She was right because I was now dating that person. So
holy smokes.
Yeah.
Okay. And the other thing is,
but who was right in that?
This is what makes people paranoid too. You know, we talk about like Catherine in that show talked about like, well, once a cheater, always a cheater. And she said, every relationship I've been in, I've been cheated on.
Mm-hmm.
And so at a certain point, and this is what my therapist told me once upon a time until I finally figured it out with relationships. He said, the problem isn't them. The problem's you. It's the type of people you're picking.
Yeah.
And everybody probably like 90% of people get cheated on. Like it's not, it's not, unfortunately, especially in your 20s or whatever, it's not that unusual. And you know, a lot of people don't even realize that they have it.
Yeah.
Right. It just happens.
Yeah.
As you get older, the stakes get higher. So when the cheating happens, it becomes a lot more dramatic because, hey, you own a house or you got kids or you whatever. I think it's a very, very, I think there's a lot of people that would benefit from going, instead of saying this keeps happening to me, and I hate this, I know how this sounds. Okay. This keeps happening to me because that's what I said to my therapist. I keep dating the same, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
These things in relationships keep happening. I'm wondering if I'm just not cut out for it. And he said, I hate to tell you this, but the responsibility falls to you. This is your fault. You're choosing X, Y, and Z when you should be choosing this.
Yeah.
A, B, and C.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until that shift in mindset where I changed up the priorities. Because, you know, you think about it, like I came out of my 20s and hadn't changed what I'd been looking for since I was like 21.
Yeah.
And like, you can't be in your mid 30s looking for the same stuff you were looking for when you were 21.
You also, I'm a firm believer, like there's a more eloquent way to put this, but like you date what you think you deserve. Right. So
that is a really good way to put it. And I'm not saying that you deserve to be cheated on,
nobody
by the way.
And
nobody deserves that.
Two things can exist. Your partner can cheat on you and you can be really mad at them, but also you can it has nothing to do with like when people cheat. I think that people take it way too personally, which they both can exist. Like you betrayed me and like this is yours, not mine.
Yeah.
However, if you keep on dating emotionally unavailable people that are treating you like trash, like you have to be like, why do I think that I'm worthy of trash?
That was me.
Yeah. Exactly. Right.
Yep.
And I've done that. Like when you're in so much shame and when you're in so much being like, I want to stay small, you date somebody who will keep you small.
Yeah.
Or if you want to be like,
confirm that for you.
exactly.
Yeah.
Or if you want to be celebrated and like elevated. And if you want to like love somebody in a really beautiful way, you usually want to date somebody that wants to love you in a beautiful way. So you like find these people that are a reflection, or I guess an extension of yourself. And I have dated some extensions of myself, let me tell you. I've also, most of the women I've dated have had a tremendous amount of like patience with me that they shouldn't, but also like, if you're looking to think, if you're not, if you're looking to be cheated on, you will be, but like, there needs to be some self-love patterns, I think, with these people.
And it like self-love has been a term that's been used and abused, right?
Yeah.
There are people are like talking like self-love. Meanwhile, I'm going to treat people in my life like crap. That's self-love. No. But self-love is going, hey, like I don't have to be treated this way.
Like if you hate yourself, you tend to find somebody who will hate you more. It's like,
So it's anyway, fascinating discussion. I felt for this guy a little bit because you almost, first off, she's got to get out of the relationship. He's 30 years old.
He's also a security breach or like risk. He's a security risk is what he is.
He needs like intense therapy. There's somebody where I'm like, dude, you need to be going like once a week.
I can also guarantee you that is a guy that doesn't think it's his problem.
You know? Like, it's everybody else.
I'm Greg. It's not my fault. Yeah, I don't know. I keep on
Greg, it's not my fault.
I don't know. He just feels like a Greg.